Alright, so what's good with everybody? What up? What up? So as you can see, today's scene take place in the car. Right here in this car. Most of y'all follow my if you follow my vlog channel, you know this car, this Big Meech. That's what I call it. And like I said, every scene is gonna mean something. You know, every scene gonna mean something. So I'm in this car because this particular car right here, I went through a lot of transitions in, and it's materialistic. Meaning, at the very end of the day, people that watch my channel, they know how much this car means to me. It's sentimental value. But at the very end of the day, it means nothing. It's just a piece of metal. And some people that watch probably be shocked that I say that, but it's the truth. It's just a piece of metal at the end of the day. When you think about it logically in reference to other stuff. And the reason I say that, because if you ever heard me tell the story on this car, then you know I got this car back after 9 years. It was sold and gone 9 years, but although this car had sentimental value to me and I loved it, it was stuff in my life that was more important at that time, which pushed me to sell this vehicle. And even though I didn't want to. And that's why I'm sitting in this car today, because sometimes in life you got to do things you don't want to do. You don't you don't necessarily want to do it. That's why I'm sitting in this car, because it's back though. It's back. I got it back 9 years. That's just the power of God and faith or whatever. You got to have faith in God. You got to have faith in yourself. And you know, you got to have and practice the law of attraction and understand and put it out there that whatever you're going through, you will get it back. Even if it's something that's near and dear to your heart, you have to truly feel that it will come back to you. And I always felt that, man. I sold this car. It's been over 9 years ago now, but at the time I got it back, it was 9 years before I got it back. I sold this car, but in the back of, along with a lot of other stuff in my life, man, you know, I went through a little rough time in my life. I went through a rough patch, as most people do. You know, the road to coming up and being successful not easy. You know, it's not easy. And this right here is a lot of memories, both good and bad. You know, I had this car when I was growing. You know, I was growing as a person or whatever. You know, you look at some of the older videos of me in the race world and stuff, man. Whole different person. You still the same, but you gotta grow. You know what I'm saying? I believe in growing out here. And you know, this car right here is, I went through a big transition of everything. Like I said, I sold it. It represents now it means more to me now than what it did back then. But at the end of the day, it's still, I look at it, it's a piece of metal. So when it comes down to, you know, this car versus your family and other priorities in life, even if it's a dream, if it's something that's so much bigger than this car will leave. It'll leave again. And that's how you got to look at everything in life. You got to look at this materialistic stuff like just that. It's materialistic. Yeah, some things have more meaning to them, but you got to ask yourself what means the most at that particular moment in time or whatever. What's your everybody going to have that defining moment. You're going to have that defining moment that just take you over the top or whatever. Or people say, hey, you got that why in life. That's true. It's real. You got to have that why in life. It got to be bigger than what some people can see. And so, you know, I sold this car at a time I didn't want to sell it, you know, because it was other stuff going on, man. I wasn't in the best position in my life, whatever. So, you know, you get to thinking about stuff, and man, you like, it might hurt right then and there, but at that point in time, it's something that you got to do, you know, to achieve better. And I think back, you know, now and I'm like, every decision I made, every loss I took, it was worth it. And you're going to continue to take losses. Even when you come up, you still going to take losses. But I always look at it like it was worth it. And I welcome it now. You know, I welcome the challenge. You know, the hardest part is the first leap. You know, The first jump, that's the hardest part. After you get that out the way, you got it. You got it. But you got to, like I said, you got to remember that it's gonna be some stuff, some people, or a job or whatever. It's gonna be some stuff that you gotta sacrifice if you want to get to your pinnacle. What I say, your pinnacle, which is truly the top of the mountain. It's some stuff you gotta sacrifice. Man, I sold this car. I had a duplicator, man, a 10-disc duplicator I had to sell. You know, I had some hard times, man, and you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, but you know, it ain't nothing to be ashamed of, cause hard times make you who you are. So, you know, like I said, I had to sell this car, and I was like, man, you know, I had a man, every time I talk about it, it kind of, it mess with me, cause it like reliving it. Like I say this all the time, but I had my firstborn child on the way with my wife. We weren't married at the time, and you know, she made the 7 months. I had this car during the pregnancy, and I was like, you know, this car don't have no AC and heat in it, cause you know I was just going toward racing it, and I ended up selling it, cause I was like, you know, I was actually driving this car every day, and I was like, I gotta have some with heat and AC for the baby. You know, that's what I'm saying. Sacrifice some stuff bigger than this car, regardless of what it means to me. So I sold it. In 7 months, we lost the baby, stillborn. So, you know, sometimes that's what I'm saying. Sometimes God take you on a path for a reason. It was meant for me to sell this car. It was meant for me to go through everything I done went through, which you're going to learn on this channel, you know, a little bit at a time. But I share that to say it's sometimes with materialistic stuff and the stuff you own, it might be a lot of memories tied to them. Like, it was a lot of memories tied to this car. But at that particular time, it had to go, you know. It had to go, but I always felt, regardless of this car and everything else I sold, I was like, man, I'm going to get it back tenfold. You got to feel that way about yourself too. You got to just know your ability, and you got to know you're going to get it back tenfold, man. You don't look at right now, man. Just know your ability, trust in God and faith, and have faith, and just know what you're capable of. Don't listen to nobody else, cause the word gonna try to distract you. I'm tell you, everything I'm telling y'all, I'm speaking from experience. This not nothing I done read or saw. This coming straight from the heart. Every video on this channel is straight from the heart, personal life experiences. But people going to try to distract you. They gonna try to distract you, man. The road not easy. Everybody say this, but it's real life. The road not easy. But just know, if you having to make sacrifices right now, it's for a good reason. Just don't throw in the towel, man. Don't give up. Especially if you know you somebody that gets stressed easily, or you battling depression or whatever, man. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. And just know, even when, you know, it's a lot of messed up people out there, and it's a lot of people don't want to see you win, but just know it's somebody out there that love you for real. Like, it's somebody that love you. It's somebody that want to see you win. They want to see you make it. It's somebody out there cheering for you, even when you at the bottom. Trust me. Trust me, man. It might not be a lot of people, but it's somebody out there. And like I said, I'm just really speaking everything from the heart, cause this all real life. This is what I had to go through. It's what I had to deal with. And now, look what I'm sitting in. Look what I'm sitting in. It came right back. I ain't been touched. Same seats that I sat in years ago. Same headliner, same paint. You got to know the power of the law of attraction. Like, you can have anything you want to have. It sounds cliche, but it's real life. You can have anything you want to have in the world, man. Like, and I be so passionate when I'm speaking, because I mean it. I really mean it, or whatever. And I try to tell, and I push this on people all the time. Like, you really can't have whatever you want to have, but don't get so caught up in the materialistic world, cause this stuff don't mean nothing at the end of the day. This stuff gonna rot. It's gonna rot after you dead and gone. Sometimes it's gonna still be here after you dead and gone. But creating your success in the life you want to live and leaving a legacy for the people that's coming after you is what it's about. That stuff gonna last forever. This stuff can't last. That stuff will last forever. So right now, think about what's more important in your life. Cause I want to talk about this materialistic stuff today because I see it all the time. People get so caught up in materialistic stuff. It's easy. It's easy to get caught up in. But at the end of the day, it really don't mean nothing, man. The clothes, the fancy clothes or clothes period, the shoes, the cars, man, the rims, the music, the jewelry, it don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing, man. That stuff does not define you. It don't define you. So just think about it. If you're in a position in your life where you know you want better and something that you got, you might not want to let go, but it can help you get closer to your dream. You got to think about, is it worth it? How bad do you want to achieve that dream? That's what you got to think about. Cause like I said, y'all gonna learn the story as I go on further and further. Cause it's like, how bad do you want that dream? I took a lot of losses, and I'm still not where I want to be in life, but I am comfortable. You know, thank God I'm comfortable. You know, I'm doing a lot better than a lot of people, and that's not to brag, but I'm not satisfied with where I'm at. So I'm still hungry, and you got to stay hungry too. But that's what I want to talk to y'all about today. Don't get caught up in the materialistic stuff, man. If it has to go, let it go. Don't worry about what somebody gonna say. Don't worry about what they're gonna think about you. You worry about the end result. Cause in the end, if you keep pushing, you're gonna be the one on top. Even if them people laughing at you, you gonna have the last laugh, I promise you. Cause when you get that stuff back 10 and 20-fold, you gonna have the last laugh. They're gonna be still where they at, because if somebody's taking the time out their day to laugh at a person, cause they gotta sell something or they sacrifice something to make a smart decision or a better decision, then they lame. They ain't gonna come up like that. So you gotta remember that. But yeah, that's it, y'all. This Real Talks with Jmalcom, second video. Like I said, I hope y'all enjoying this content. I hope this content really helping somebody, cause that's the whole reason I'm doing it. And I'm gonna have those interviews coming up, or conversations, whatever you want to call them. I'm gonna have them coming up starting next week. So I want y'all to lay around for that, because it's a lot of, I want people to get inspiration from this channel, from people that's doing it. And I want to show people on this channel that's not ashamed to say, I'm doing good, you know. But that's another conversation. That's actually a conversation for tomorrow, talking about that, cause I got a lot to say on that. But yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Share this video. Like I said, somebody you know probably need to see it. And y'all subscribe if you just now seeing this video, cause it's all about inspiration over here in relation to cars and stuff. You know, I love cars. Most people that follow know that. But yeah, man, this right here, it came back. It came back. Yours will come back too, man. So I appreciate everybody. I'm out.